are going live. What's up, everybody? Let me see, make sure we're live. All right, let me just check real quick. Sometimes Facebook malfunctions, so we just want to make sure that I am live in here. Let me see, viral. All right, hang on. Let me see. Nope, I'm not seeing me live. I see a post, but I don't see a live stream. Let me see. Can y'all see me? Oh, let me see. I don't see the live stream. Let me hit refresh. All right, we refreshed it. Come on, Facebook. If y'all can see me, say hi. I can't see anything. I mean, I can see my live stream screen, but when I go to the Facebook group, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, is Facebook having a malfunction? Hey, glad you guys are here. Hey. So I am, okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm live on Facebook and here on YouTube, and I'm trying to make sure that that they can see me here in this Facebook group because I'm doing a live training. Now, obviously, I am inviting you guys to be in this with me. So let me make sure that everything is working okay. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right, so I think it's working. I think we're I think we're live in here. Okay. All right, let me pin this to the top. All right, there we go. All right. So welcome, guys. I see a bunch of you guys are here on YouTube with me, and a bunch of you guys are here on Facebook. I'm going to be talking and teaching. I'm going to be teaching mainly to this camera here. So if you're watching on YouTube, you guys are welcome to come and follow on Facebook. But I wanted to make sure that I streamed it here on Facebook, on YouTube too, so you guys could get the experience. But if you guys are here with me live on, hey Lisa, if y'all are here live in Facebook, say hi. So I'm excited because I recently started a brand new account on TikTok, and I've grown it from 0 to 50,000. Well, as of right now, it's 50,200. And I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to kick this Facebook group off again. So if you're just joining, let me see. I got some people talking to me on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. If you're just joining in this group, I'm Kia Kelly. I am a video marketing and social media strategist. I teach my clients how to use Instagram and TikTok to grow an online community and sell their products and services and basically make money. And I've had this Facebook community for quite some time, and I hadn't really done a whole lot with it over the last couple of years because all of my social media, such a blessing, have just been taken off like crazy. And so I've had to like choose my battles, right? I've had to choose which place I'm going to play at the most, right? And I needed to figure that out. So now we've got a handle on things. I am currently on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Noelle, hey Noelle. I'm pretty much everywhere when it comes to being on social media. And so now I wanted to spend more time with you guys inside of this Facebook community. Okay. Hey Noelle. Sorry. Noelle is my real friend in real life. She's in the Facebook group and she's sending me a text message. So hey girl. So I'm going to be spending a lot more time with you guys here on the inside of this Facebook group to be able to coach you and help you to grow what it is you're trying to grow online. Okay. And so that's what we're going to be doing here. So many of you guys may not know my story about TikTok. And I know some of you guys are watching on YouTube and you're like, why are you talking about TikTok on YouTube? Stay with me. So I started my journey in 2016 on Periscope, and then Facebook, and then Instagram, building my brand design agency. Okay. So if any of you guys are brand new to me for the first time, just type 1. If this is your first time hearing me teach, talk, whatever, just type a 1. I just want to know that. All right. And I was building my agency. And at the beginning of 2020, I was just praying for a creative strategy for my business. And I heard God tell me to get on TikTok. And I thought that was the weirdest thing to ever hear God say, because first of all, I had no real knowledge of TikTok. Nobody that I knew was talking about TikTok. And I just thought I was going crazy, just to be quite honest, right? But because I'm so used to talking to God about my business, I was like, maybe he's telling me something that I don't know or don't understand. So I jumped onto TikTok at the beginning of 2020, and like everybody else, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't think that my audience was there. I didn't think that I knew what I was doing, and honestly, I did not know what I was doing in 2020. And so I was just like fiddling around all 2020 with all the buttons, trying to figure out how to navigate the TikTok platform. And eventually, I had my first viral video. Now, it had nothing to do with my business. But when I saw it went viral, it hit me. There is something special that is happening here, and I need to learn more about this. So I spent all of 2020 focused on learning TikTok, and I just went all in on it. Okay. I decided to put my agency down because I didn't want to do it anyway. And I decided that I was going to focus on teaching people video marketing strategies, because the way that I built my audience online and built my business was on video, because I didn't have an audience. I was in corporate my whole life, right? I spent many years in network marketing, and I was in corporate. So it didn't really, I built my audience from scratch. And so I'm going to teach people how to build audiences from scratch using video. And then once I started creating content on TikTok and I was sharing it across all the different social platforms, people wanted to know, what is this thing? What is this app? So I started teaching people little bits in there about TikTok marketing. And fast forward, it's been 5 years since being on TikTok. My main account on TikTok has 518,000 followers. My newer account has 50,200, but we've helped our clients gain millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of followers. Okay. So like I've been investing the last couple of years more focused on my clients' numbers and less on my numbers. But now I'm like, let's be back on my numbers, because I love my clients. I love y'all, but I also got to focus on me too, So that's what I've been doing. And so today, I was telling you guys a little bit on my Facebook page about how I just grew an account from 0 to 50,000 in 6 months. And I had asked who wanted to know, and a ton of you guys said you wanted to know. So I said, okay, well then let's talk about it. Okay. So if you guys are here with me, just say hi in the comments. I can see a bunch of you guys are here on Facebook and a bunch of you guys are here on YouTube, but I like to connect with people. I like to know who's here and kind of try to connect with you. So if you can just say hi in the comments, that would be great. That way I know you're here. So I wanted to just spend some time talking with you about that, okay? And I want to ask you a series of questions. So those of you that are watching this live, or you happen to be watching this on the replay, hey Leslie, I want you to tell me, how many followers do you have on TikTok right now? Okay, so if you're watching this live or you're watching this on a replay, hey Erica, tell me, how many followers do you currently have on TikTok? All right, now this is not to shame you. This is so that I can understand who is here. Okay, so you may be watching on live or watching on the replay, but just kind of tell me what's going on. That way I know who's here and I know how to navigate the conversation with you. One of the things that I know is happening with most people still is, I think most people still, thank you, Lisa. I think most people still feel like that majority of people who are on TikTok are still young people, right? Who feels like most of the people on TikTok are young people? If you still feel that way, just type a 1. It's okay if you feel that way. I'm here to coach you, okay? I do a lot of public speaking. I do it on podcasts, on virtual summits. I do it in person. And everywhere that I go, people still expect me to dance when I get on stage. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. The broadcast is waiting for a signal. Hold on. So YouTube, y'all still can see me. Let me see. Facebook, can y'all still see me? Okay. I can see me still live here on Facebook. Facebook, can y'all still see me? I see like it's like buffering. Okay. So anytime my AC turns on, we have like a little buffer with the Wi-Fi. So let me know. Hey, former student, what's your name? What's your name? Okay, YouTube, you can see me. Facebook, can y'all see me okay? All right. Yeah, that's what happens when my AC kicks on. So it's like, okay, thank you, Leslie. All right. So what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so anytime I get on stage, people oftentimes are expecting me to dance. Hey, Sharon! People are expecting me to dance, and they're expecting me to just do something goofy because they still think that the TikTok platform is still all young people, right? And I get it. Okay, thank you, Courtney, right? And so I'm like, okay, it still has that stigma around it being for young people. I'm like, okay, I get it. And so I'm asking those questions just so I can know how y'all are seeing TikTok. So when it comes to, let's just talk about what is happening on TikTok right now, and I'm going to tell you how I grew the account. Okay. So there is so many amazing things that are happening on TikTok right now. Okay. I can't tell you all of them because there's too much to name. Hey, Catrice. Okay. So there's too many to name, but let me just tell you this one thing, a couple things. One, there are way more people that are creating content on TikTok as 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old people as content creators that are making a significant amount of money. Okay, they're making it through long form content. They're making it through TikTok Shop affiliates and all that type of stuff. Okay, but also there are people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s that are making money just as content creators through brands. Okay, but also there are many, many, many people that are 30s, 40s, 50s, and business owners. Thanks, Noel, that are posting their products and services, that are learning how to market their products and services utilizing the TikTok platform. Okay. And for me, I have been going back and forth between the two. Okay. So my main account on TikTok is Kenya Kelly. It's my name. Okay. That one has 518,000. That's where I'm teaching you TikTok marketing tips, so on, so on, and so on. And while I'm selling my coaching and consulting services, right? Well, what happened for me was I love TikTok. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. How do I say this? I can always sleep. Your girl likes her 8 hours of sleep. But if there's anything that keeps me up at night, it's being on TikTok. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but I love watching all the things that happen on TikTok. It's just so much, right? Listen, TikTok is what got me hooked on Love Island. I have never watched Love Island a day in my life. Your girl subscribed to Peacock because I was like, I gotta watch. This is amazing. This is such a good show. Anyway, that's a tangent. So because I love TikTok, I found myself saying I am boxed in, right? So on my main account, I'm boxed in as Kenya Kelly, the video marketing strategist. And that's great because that's my business. But there's more to Kenya, right? Obviously, I have hair, I have skin, I wear makeup, I wear clothes, I have an opinion. I mean, there's all these other facets of Kenya that I can't promote on the main account because I built a brand, right? My business brand is Kenya Kelly, the viral marketing strategist, right? Which is great. But I said to myself, I want a creative outlet where I can do and be more, where I can do get ready with me's, where I can just talk about dating. I can talk about life in Houston. I can do all these other things. And so I launched this second account. Okay. And that second account is called Kenya Kelly Brand. Okay. So if you guys go to TikTok and you type in my name, Kenya Kelly, you're going to see Kenya Kelly with 518,000, and you're going to see Kenya Kelly Brand with 50,000. Here, if y'all see any other accounts, send me those links because those are fake spam accounts and I can get them blocked. Okay. So if you go and search me on TikTok and you see multiple fake accounts, send me a DM with all the links and I'll get them all blocked. Okay. Because they'll try to scam you out of money and it's just wild. Okay. So I created that second account because I wanted a creative outlet. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with it, but I wanted a creative outlet, right? But every single thing that I know about growing an account, I said, well, let's apply that to this account as well. And that's what I started to do. So I started to create content around me, my life, what I'm doing, what I care about, and all that type of stuff. And it started to grow. You know, it wasn't immediate, but it started to grow after a little while. And fast forward, we just hit 50,000 followers on that account. Okay. And so today I'm going to be telling you all how I did that. Okay. So if you want to know how I did that, just type me. All right. Now, the reason why I'm having you type me is just so we can engage. Okay. Because it's me, it's a camera, it's lights, and it's a mic. Okay. But when you guys are talking back to me, it makes me feel like we're connected. Okay. Thanks, YouTube. Right. Thanks, Sharon. Okay. So when I'm asking you guys to type, it's literally just so I feel like y'all are here with me. Okay. So that's it. All right. There's no chat bots in the Facebook group. I'm just trying to get y'all to talk to me. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you so much. A subscriber. Are you a subscriber? Is that what that means? Hold on. I see a hat. You're my top fan. Oh, we love that. Okay. Sharon, it gave Sharon a little purple crown on YouTube, and I was wondering what that meant. Okay. So here's what I have been doing as it pertains to growing that account, the newest account. Thank you guys for engaging. I really appreciate that so much. It makes me feel really connected. Okay. So what I have been doing is I said to myself, all right, if people are going to follow this account, I have to give them a reason to follow this account, okay? Because here's what I know about growing any account anywhere. People don't just hit follow accounts if just because we want them to. Okay? People don't hit follow on our any social media platforms just because we want them to. They follow because of their own selfish reason. Okay, so a person is going to choose to follow your account, my account, because something that is happening on that account is speaking to them and says to them, I want to receive more of this person's content in my feed. Okay, let me reiterate that. This person, these people are going to hit follow on this account because when they watched a video or a series of videos, they said to themselves, I want to see more of this person's content on my feed. Okay, not because we said follow me. So I had to say to myself, what content am I going to create that's going to make people want to follow this account? Okay. In addition to that, I said to myself, what do I want to create content around? Because I don't want my content to be 100% dedicated or dictated by the people watching. I want to decide who I want to be and what I want to share on this account. And then I will target that content to a group of people. Okay, so when you're trying to grow an account on TikTok, you've got to understand, okay, what is this account going to be about? And who am I trying to target with this content? Okay. Now, for those of you all that are business people, you should be creating content that is going to drive people to your business. Okay. So my main account on TikTok drives people to my business. My second account on TikTok drives them to me. Okay. So if you are trying to be a business selling whatever it is you sell, you got to make sure that that content is geared towards who you are, what you offer, and who wants to buy it. Okay. If you're creating content, an account that is you as an influencer, then you get to decide, okay, who am I as an influencer? Okay. So as an influencer, the newest account that I created, I said, I am a 44-year-old Black woman with curly hair who's on her weight loss journey and who is living in Houston for the first time in years, right? And is just trying to live life. Right? So when I create content, they know this is from an African-American woman's perspective. I determine here's the kind of content I will create, here's what I won't create, right? And I knew that internally. So when it's time for me to create content, I'm never creating content around things I don't want to create around. I never create political content, ever. Because that's just not how I am. I am apolitical, right? I don't go this side. I don't go this side. I go, Jesus, tell me what to do. Tell me who to vote for. Once I vote for them, tell me how to pray. That's what I do. And that keeps me from fighting with everybody, right? So I decided, okay, I'm going to create content around dating after divorce, losing weight, gaining muscle, fashion, hair, the Kenya experience, right? And so then I said, hold on. Facebook is messing up. The the AC is still blowing. Okay. So those of you guys that are just joining, when my AC kicks in, it messes with the Wi-Fi a little bit. Okay. So I can see on Facebook that there's a little bit of buffering. So if you guys are experiencing that buffer, it's because of the AC kicked in. Okay. So sorry, I can't control the Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. Let's see. So YouTube, can y'all still see me okay? Facebook, can y'all see me okay? Because I see the buffer on screen and I don't want to keep going if y'all can't hear me because it's like pointless. All right. Can y'all still see me? I know we have a delay. YouTube. Okay. YouTube still can still see me. Facebook, can y'all still see me? Let me see. All right. I can see me on screen. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. I think y'all can see me. Okay. All right. So, oh man. Oh, that's terrible. So the buffer made everybody drop. That's okay. They're coming back. All right. So when it comes to that account, I said, okay, this is who I am and this is what I want to create content around, right? Thank you, Rosalind. Then I said to myself, how do I want to monetize this account? Okay, thank you. Because my main account, I am monetizing selling my products and services as a consultant. As the Kenya Kelly experience, right? I said, okay, I have got to determine how do I want to monetize this, right? Because I don't just want to create content just to create. I want to have fun, but I also want to make money if I can, right? So then I said to myself, okay, I want to position myself as someone who's like me, who's taking care of their skin and all this type of stuff, and position myself to make money with brands, right? So then I was like, okay, that is my intention. So when I know when I'm creating content that I'm trying to get that goal, right? So then how did I grow the account? Okay. First things first, I had to decide, like, am I going to do all talking head videos? Am I going to do any kind of trends? Am I going to do any kind of live streams or any of that? As of right now, I'm not utilizing live stream on TikTok on that account. Okay. I'm using it on my main account, not on my newest account. Okay. But what I decided to do was I decided to use that account and kind of utilize it as a diary. Okay. What does that mean? This is me talking about the new account as an influencer. I said, okay, the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm thinking, the things that I want to talk about, I'm just going to create content like it's a diary, right? Like, for example, I think it was last night, I got 2 packages in the mail and I turned my camera on and I filmed and I said, this is me doing a boring unboxing. And I'm just unboxing what was in the packages and I'm talking to the audience and I posted the video, okay? I am on my skincare journey and I've been navigating trying to figure out like what's the best skincare products for menopausal skin, right? And so I've started taking them on this journey of like, okay, I am trying to figure out how to take care of my skin. And so I filmed myself in the bathroom saying, okay, I want to take care of my skin. And all the girls are saying I need to use all these different products. I'm going to let y'all see how my skin changes from this date to this date. And then each day, I'm just taking them along the journey of what I'm learning about my skin, right? I am currently utilizing, perfect. I'm currently utilizing GLP-1 to help me lose weight because I've been struggling to lose weight for the last 3 years, like struggling. And so I got on GLP-1 in January and I was like, I'm going to tell them the journey that I'm on to lose weight. Here's all the things I've been trying to do that have not worked for me. And here's what I'm doing now. And I let them watch me since January. And when the scale is not moving, I tell them the scale is not moving. When I was eating the wrong things and having a bad reaction, I was telling them about it. And I just keep telling them all the different things that I want to tell them. And what has started to happen is that the Kenya Kelly experience is becoming a destination for people that want to know about my skincare journey, my fashion journey, my Houston journey, and my weight loss journey, right? But strategically, I have said, okay, sometimes I'm going to create content that's going to be boring to new people, but it's going to nurture the audience I currently have. Right? So me doing a boring unboxing is not something that is going to draw new people to me. But the people who are already connected to me would say, oh girl, thanks for sharing with us your unboxing. Look, why you got that mouth tape? And what's this? And what's that? And now we're just more connected in terms of how we, are communicating, right? But I strategically go, okay, what are the hottest topics in my arena? Sorry. Oh my God. Facebook is messing up again. I think it's messing up. So the AC just went off. Okay. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Y'all are like, what is going on? Listen, this is called AT&T. Okay. But the AC just went off. Okay. And so now I think it's I guess the Wi-Fi is trying to recalibrate itself. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going because it's still recording. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I like to do with the content of me trying to grow that account faster is I teach this to my clients, right? One of the things I teach to my clients is that you have to go, okay, what exactly is it that people are searching for in your niche, right? So one of my clients right now, she just joined my program, and her goal for the program goes all the way for 8 weeks. Okay. Her goal at the end of the 8 weeks was to get to 1,000 followers in 8 weeks. Okay. Well, she got 1,000 followers in 6 days. Okay, she got 1,000 followers in 6 days. How does she do it? Because one of the things that we teach our students is that you want to go and search on the TikTok platform in your niche. What are the hottest things that are happening right now in your niche? What's the hottest topic? And in her niche, the hottest thing was menopause and menstrual cycles, right? And so she said, here's the hottest topic right now in my niche. And she went in and created a video about menopause and menstrual cycles, and the video went viral. Okay, 1,000 followers in 6 days and counting. Okay, so if you are getting started new on TikTok today and you're saying to yourself, I want to grow this account and I want to grow it quickly, you got to get clear on your niche and your audience. And then the number one thing you can do right now is you can do a search, because a search on TikTok is so powerful. You literally can do a search and see in your niche, 1 or 2 keywords, what are the most powerful popular topics in your niche right now, and create content around that particular topic. Okay. And listen, if you do that at least 2 to 3 times a week, you're going to find yourself growing an account really quickly. Because if a topic is popular, people are searching for that topic. And the more content that is available on those topics and you are coming up in the search, people are going to see your content, and when they find it valuable, they're going to follow you. Okay. That's whether you are an influencer or whether you are a business. Okay. So I know that people on TikTok, when they come on, they're trying to figure out how to use certain features. So I make sure that I create videos on my main account teaching how to utilize certain features, right? So when they come and they're typing in certain keywords, my video is going to come up to be that tutorial that they're looking for. Right. And so when it comes to dating in Houston, I constantly use the hashtags dating in Houston and phrases dating in Houston, making friends in Houston, all the different things that I'm doing, because when people come to TikTok and they're searching a few keywords, I want my content to come up for them. Okay. And so this is how my account is growing so fast. Well, one of the ways it's growing so fast is because I am finding out, what does my audience looking for? What are they searching for within my niche? And I'm creating content around that. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean I don't create my other content. That means that I strategically, intentionally, at least 2 to 3 times a week, am creating the content that my audience is looking for. Okay, because that is going to help you beyond what you think is great content, right? Because a lot of times we are creating what we think people want, and then we wonder why they're not following, why they're not engaging, why they're not doing what we want them to do. And it's because you're not giving them what they're looking for. I'm not saying if your niche is this to talk about this. No, I'm saying if this is your niche, you've got to find out within your niche, what are people searching for that makes sense for you and what you offer, and strategically create content around that in addition to your regular content, because that's how you're going to have the most success, right? Y'all just think about it. Like, if those of you women, are you dealing with perimenopause or menopause, and you might be saying, so one of the menopause symptoms is ear ringing, like your ears ringing, right? And so you might go, ear ringing menopause, ear ringing perimenopause, ear ringing women, right? And whoever is creating content around ears ringing in menopause is what's gonna come up in search, right? So I had found myself where my hair was thinning, and I was like, I don't know what to do with my hair thinning. So I went on TikTok and I typed in menopause hair thinning, and immediately somebody's video came up and was teaching me all about menopause hair thinning and what to do about it. And I was like, that was golden. So then guess what? I bought what the person said, right? And then I was like, I'm doing a lot of mouth taping at night so I can get a better and deeper sleep. And so I went up and typed in mouth taping. And guess what happens? The people who were talking about mouth taping, I was reading and watching all those videos, and then I bought the things that they were promoting. Why? Because they came up as an expert, and then I followed their accounts as well, right? And so I think that a lot of people still have the wrong perception of what's happening on TikTok. But the truth is that the people who get on TikTok and start creating content and are consistently creating what your audience is looking for, those are the ones that are winning, and they're winning the fastest, because you don't have to go viral in order to grow an account faster. You have to create content that is being searched for, so that when people search, your content is the one that comes up. Now, what's going to end up happening is you are going to go viral with that content because you're coming up in everybody's search, right? And so, but I think that a lot of people just try to figure out, how can I go viral? How can I go viral? Versus going, what is my audience needing? Let me give them all that. And then let me implement viral techniques, right? So like, in our courses and in my membership, Invisible to Influential, I teach people, okay, do this in your videos to help your video go viral, right? But the topic has to have viral potential, right? So it's like, I can give you all the techniques, every day, but you also have to have, what the audience is looking for, okay? Because the worst thing you can do is you can have content before it's time, right? That's like if somebody right now is creating content talking about TikTok after a deal has been made between TikTok and the US, they're before their time, because nobody knows what TikTok is going to look like once the deal is made between TikTok US and TikTok Singapore, right? We do know it's going to be great, right? Because nobody's going to spend billions of dollars for a bad app. That's not going to happen. It's going to be great, but a person can't create content today about what's going to happen in the future unless they're in the boardroom with them, right? You can create content teaching businesses how to use TikTok for what's going to happen when the app, when they make the deal. You can create content around that, but you can't predict the future if you're not in the boardroom, right? So if you're trying to get started with growing a new account on TikTok, you've got to find out what your audience is searching for. You've got to use SEO keyword friendly content, and you've got to utilize some viral techniques to get your audience's attention, okay? Because again, it's not enough to have a great video, right? Because one of the things that we teach our students inside of Invisible to Influential is the power of the first 2 seconds, okay? Because here's the deal. You can have the greatest 1-minute video on the planet, but if people don't get past the first 2 seconds, the other 58 seconds don't matter, right? It don't matter, because most people swipe after 2 seconds, right? That is if you look in the back of the analytics of TikTok, it tells you, here's how many people left after 2 seconds. So it's not enough to have a great 90-second video or however long it is. If that first 2 seconds is trash, the rest of it doesn't matter, okay? So inside of our community, we're constantly coaching people and watching their content, teaching them how to create great content in what their audience is looking for, and that helps them to grow an account. Okay, so for those of you all that are asking, like, well, I don't understand what the 2 seconds means. Okay, so when you create a video, you have to do something that's called a hook. Okay, and we all call it the hook, right? And a hook this is the reason to stop and watch this video. Okay, the hook this is the reason to stop and watch this video. A hook could be text on screen. A hook could be what's happening visually in the video, and a hook could be what they hear, right? Now, the ranking from least to best, right? The least one is the audio hook. Okay, so if we rank 1, 2, 3, the audio hook is the least. Why? Because when you log on to TikTok, TikTok is on mute, right? The only way you hear a video is if you click unmute, right? But most people don't click unmute until they know if they want to hear what's happening in the video. So they have to get past the first 2 seconds before they actually choose to unmute your video, okay? So the most important is gonna be the visual. What is visually happening in your video? And then what's the text that's happening in your video? Because those two things are gonna tell them a story that's not audio, right? That they literally can see if I want to keep watching this video. Okay, then the audio is going to be the next thing. Okay, so if you don't have those three hooks dialed in with the content that your audience is looking for, it's not going to perform. And that is why you are finding that people are not watching your videos, you've got low views, and that the account is not growing. Listen, there's so much that I could tell you about that, but the number one way that I'm growing my newest account to 50,000 followers and beyond is, well, we're at 50,200 now. How it's grown to 50,000 has been knowing who I am in terms of the brand online, knowing my audience, knowing what they are searching for within my niche, creating content around what they're searching for, okay, and making my videos visually appealing, giving them a reason to use my page as a destination, right? I want people, when they come to my page, to say, this is a place I want to experience over and over again. That is how you get people to follow you. Okay. Now, obviously, there's a whole lot more to it than just that. But that is how I have been growing the newest account. That's how I'm growing. And not like I'm growing my clients' accounts and all this stuff with all those techniques, plus more than that, you know. But that is the basics, right? If you didn't hear anything else that I say, you creating content your audience is searching for and paying attention to those first 2 seconds are the most powerful things that you can do for yourself, okay? Now, I do want to open up for some questions, but I also want to invite you guys to join us. So we have a community and it's called Invisible to Influential, okay? It's a membership community, and the whole goal of this community is for me to be able to coach you every single day. Okay, so in this community, I have a call every single Monday. So every other Monday, you submit content to me and I review it. And I give you feedback on all the content you submit every other Monday. Okay, so the first and third Monday of the month is content reviews, and we're live on Zoom together. Okay, the second and fourth Monday of the month is training and Q&A. Okay, so every single week, you get to join a live call with me, coaching you, okay? But we also have an app community. And in the community, you are able to come in there every single day and ask me questions. So it's like having me as your coach in your back pocket, right? And so every single day, you can come in and get coached by me. Every single week, I review your content. And every single week we have live training and we have Q&A, okay? Because one of the things that I know is happening with people is that people you don't just need support, but you need a coach, right? You need someone who is telling you what to do, you're implementing that, and you're needing the strategies, right? Because I already know that most of y'all, you have been saying to yourself, I'm on social media, I've been on social media, I've been trying to grow my accounts and it's not working. People aren't watching my videos, I'm not making more money, I don't know what to do. And number one, what it probably is that you need some tweaks. You need someone coaching you on, don't do this, do that. Don't say this, say that. Stop doing this, do that, right? But you have to be willing to say to yourself, all right, if I'm watching everybody's free this, free that, and it's not working, I have to be willing to do something different, which could be investing in somebody helping you. So many of you guys have sent me messages, and I love y'all, and y'all have asked to work with me one-on-one, right? I am all about it, right? But here's the deal. A one-on-one call is 75 minutes and it's $500, okay? But if you're a member of Invisible to Influential, it's $97 a month, and you're on a call with me every week, okay? $97 a month, and you're on a call with me every single week, right? Reviewing your content, coaching you, and you're in the app every day getting coached, okay? So for those of y'all that have been saying to yourselves, Kenya, I would love to work with you, listen, today, I know you heard me tell you that I've gone from 0 to 50,000 on TikTok, 0 to 500,000 on another one. Another one we just launched from my community here in Houston. We've already got to our first 1,000 followers. Now we're working on getting our first 5,000 and 10,000, and we're going to grow that very quickly. And I want to coach you with what you're trying to do. I already know you want the help. I already know that you need the help, right? You just have to be willing to go, okay, $97 a month is a steal of a deal for me to coach you every single day in the community and every week on our calls, but you have to see the value in investing. I already know it. You're spending $97 a month on your hair, on your nails, on your eyebrows. We all do it. We all do it. $97 a month on Amazon. We all do it. Who here has $97 in their shopping cart on Amazon? Or you got $97 in your like in the mail. You're like waiting on a package to come in. We all do it, right? But what needs to happen is that you need someone to teach you how to strategically grow your community on TikTok and Instagram if you want to learn Instagram in that community. And I am going to be the one to do it. Okay. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. Since 2020, I have built my main account, my newest accounts, and helped thousands of creators do the exact same thing. And you can work with me for $97 a month. Okay. Now, I want to open up for some questions. Oh, thank you so much for the gift, my girl. I want to open up for some questions. I know you guys are here. If you're on YouTube and you got questions, y'all can ask me in the comments. I think I can see it in the comment section. Yes. And then if you're here on Facebook, I want you to ask me any questions about TikTok or invisible to influential, and I want to help y'all. Okay. So I'm going to put the link in the chat for y'all to join us in invisible to influential, and then I'm going to answer your questions. All right, because I can't talk and type at the same time. I can try, but I'm struggling to put it in the comments. Okay, there we go. All right, what kind of questions do you guys have about TikTok or joining us in Invisible to Influential? All right, there we go. Perfect. It's in there. Yay. Okay, awesome. Any questions? I know we have a delay. I'm sorry. Anytime I am on Facebook, I can see myself, and then it takes like 10 or 20 seconds to see the actual comments. So I'm so sorry if I don't see it yet. Okay. Oh, shoot. Some people are trying to get into the group. Oh, let me go back. So I can see people trying to get into the Facebook group. Uh-oh. Let me see. All right. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay. I always forget that my group is private and I have to accept people into the group. So I have to approve people in here. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, sorry. All right, let me go back to the comment section. Okay, any questions? Anybody on YouTube got questions about TikTok, or anybody on Facebook got questions about TikTok? All right, here we go. Let me see. I don't think I can see any questions. I know y'all still here, but I can't see y'all's questions. Let me see. Let me pull this up. There we go. Okay. Any questions? I don't see any. I can see y'all, but I can't see any questions. I will hold out for 10 more seconds if there's no questions. I already know that a lot of y'all have been saying like since 2020 that you wish you were on TikTok in 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. Now we're already halfway through 25 and you've been like, I've been spinning my wheels. I've been trying to do this on TikTok. I've been trying to do this. I already know because I talk to people every single day about the things that they wish they would have done with TikTok. But the truth is it's nowhere near too late. Like you still have 90% of people that don't know how to create on TikTok. Thank you for the gift, okay? And then they're just not posting. So if you start posting and learning, you will be amazed at how successful you become. You will be amazed at how successful you become, okay? But in order for that to happen, somebody's got to help you, okay? All right? Because like, I wish I had somebody coaching me in 2020. I wish it. Oh my God, I wish somebody was coaching me in 2020. There was nobody and it was painful. But now my students learn what took me like 6 months. Like it took me 6 months to learn the 3-second timer. 6 months. Now my students learn it within the first 30 seconds of the program, right? Okay, Courtney, practically speaking, how do you make time for posting and researching? How do you think about your TikTok strategy amongst your marketing stuff? Okay, so practically speaking, I would say researching is super easy because you're just typing in 1 or 2 keywords in TikTok. You could spend 15 minutes a day and find content ideas for months, right? As it pertains to posting, you know, the hardest part of posting on TikTok is just you learning the features. Right? Once you learn how to use the basic features, posting is so easy, right? The hardest part is people don't really know how to navigate the platform, but especially if you batch record content. Let's like today at 3 o'clock, I do a batch recording day. I'm gonna batch record like 40 videos in an hour, right? And then I'll just edit them later, right? And so with me, with a video on TikTok, I can edit really quickly. But the hardest part initially is just learning the features, right? But once you get it, you can literally spend 30 minutes a day on TikTok and you will have an incredible amount of success. But you've got to, the process of learning is the time consuming one, because you're learning a new skill, which is TikTok. How do you think about your TikTok strategy amongst all your marketing? So when I look at my TikTok strategy, I use TikTok as a lead generator, right? I don't use TikTok to sell my products. Yes, I try to sell on TikTok, but mainly I focus on coaching my audience and getting them to my email system. Why? I want to have control, okay? If I can get 500,000 people off of TikTok onto my email list, I have control because I can send them emails every single day and guaranteed it's in their inbox, right? It's like on any social platform. Facebook, my goal is email. Instagram, my goal is email. YouTube, my goal is email. Why? Because with the organic social platforms, we don't have control over them. We can post something, but it doesn't mean everybody gets notified. But if I can post content and get you connected to me and on my email list, I can have control. Right? So we make most of our money from email, but we only get people on our email list through TikTok and Instagram, right? So we utilize those platforms to build a community, funnel them into our email, and then we sell. Okay. Good question, Courtney. Who else has a question? I'm telling y'all, TikTok changed my life forever. Right? I was building online for a long time, and my audience was minimal on Facebook. My audience was minimal on Instagram. It wasn't until I started teaching the same things on TikTok, the viral maker, that my content exploded, because I needed a platform that would see me and me. TikTok is the only place that took me from invisible to influential. That's why we named our program Invisible to Influential, because I knew my stuff. I knew what I knew, but I didn't have the audience to help me get there. But that's exactly what propelled me. And if you look at so many people you're seeing today, TikTok is that big viral moneymaker for so many people because it catapulted them. People knew that they existed because the algorithm that happens on TikTok is just like no one. It's just like no other platform. I love all of them. I love Instagram. I love YouTube. I love Facebook. But the moneymaker, the biggest moneymaker for my brand, hands down, has been TikTok. But that doesn't mean I abandon the other ones. It means that if I know that I want something to go viral or whatever, I'm definitely going to put it there. I'm going to put it everywhere else too, right? But I know that more than likely it's going to, if something's going to go viral, it's going to go viral on TikTok before it does on anywhere else. And I accept that, and I teach my students that. Okay, so those of you all that have been saying to yourselves, I want to learn this, I want to be coached by you, look, $97 a month for Invisible to Influential. You can ask me questions every single day in the community. Every week we have a live call. First and third calls of the month are content reviews. You've posted content, I'm evaluating it and giving you tips directly on the content. Okay. Second and fourth Monday of the month is a coaching call and Q&A. So you never have to have anybody else helping you with content ever again. Right? So we focus on videos, whether that's CapCut editing or Instagram marketing or TikTok marketing, all in Invisible to Influential for $97 a month. Think about it. Think about what you spend $97 on. Is that really making you the money you want to make? Some of it, you may say yes, but I guarantee you a lot of it is not. Right? I got $97 worth of lipstick in this bag. Right? And it's not making me money. It's making me look pretty. It's helping me go out on dates, right? But I spend my money on a monthly basis on the things that help me make money. And Invisible to Influential is going to help many of you guys make money, but you've got to value what it is you're saying that you want and invest it. Okay, period. $97 a month. Okay. All right. So guys, it is almost 2 o'clock. I got to get ready for my B-roll filming day. Invisible to Influential is open now. It closes next week. And so if you know that you're like, Kenya, you are my girl, I've been following you a long time, I've been wanting to be coached by you, then you want to come join us. Okay. If you have questions about the membership, just send me a DM, okay? Obviously, if you're here on Facebook, you can send me a DM and I will let you know about the program. I won't answer personal questions about TikTok in my DM, but I will answer your questions about the program, okay? All right, so if you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comment section what you enjoyed the most. I would love to know because I know you guys are here, but I don't know what you enjoyed, okay? All right, guys, so thanks so much for being here. I will see y'all next time, okay? All right, bye, guys. All right, YouTube, that's it. I will see y'all next time.